Well. Looks like we've already got some people in chat. What's going on? PP9 and Paragon and Solid. How are you? So we got some news dropped on us today. It was like a big bomb, just absolutely just dropped on us. All of us are like, we should have gotten a new progression title at the end of 7.4, let alone it comes out a month later. And the news is big, guys. It's big news. There's a lot of unhappy people, and there's a lot of people that, they just don't care that much because they're already going to get their new progression level. And I understand, and maybe they do care, but I'm not one of them people. I mean, I do care. I have an opinion. And it's I'm going to try to keep my opinion as unbiased as possible. But I also am going to be bringing on, I have a co-host. His name is Relentless. You guys have heard him before. Let me get him unmuted here. What is going on, Relentless? How are you?
What's going on? How you doing?
Good. So tonight we're going to be discussing this progression level a little bit. I'm gonna stay in face cam mode for a second. Probably pull up. Actually, I might just grind out and revives while I do it. That way, you guys have something to watch as well, and you're not just watching me talk and respond. So let's actually get into gameplay. Give me a second to plug in my tablet. So I'll grind out some revives. We'll chat about this. I'm gonna bring up the forum post and read it before we go into anything. And we'll go from there. This might be redundant news to all of you, but I'm hoping that, maybe there's someone that didn't catch it or whatnot, even if it's from my alliance, and we can kind of break it down for those people. So let's see.
What's up, Solid? Yeah, the first I heard about it today was from you. So wow.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, you better have picked up that deal. That's all I gotta say.
I grabbed it. Yes.
Good. I'm glad because, to be honest, you definitely had the units for it, right? And it's not like you're hurting. I mean, that bad. I mean, you're down quite a fair bit of units, but it's not gonna kill you.
I'm back at 800. I should be grinding arena right now, but I'm not. I'm marveling the fact that I just completed all of Act 7. I got some rewards to open.
All right, so let me go ahead and pull open this. Let's see if I can't. All right. So it says, "Greetings, summoners. For those that have conquered every challenge that the contest has to offer." Actually, hold on. Let me get a link to this in my description for you guys. That way, and for those of you who are watching, you'll have to refresh the stream in order to see the description. But let me go ahead and get this in the description for you guys quick. That way, you guys can. There you go. All right, so let's break this down. So for you guys, it says, "Greetings, summoners. For those that have conquered every challenge that the contest has to offer, those that have obtained the title of Thronebreaker, a new campaign progression level is on its way." Exciting, right? Maybe. Much like Cavalier was when Thronebreaker was introduced. A lot of people had firm opinions about that. However, it wasn't the worst thing in the game. And I'm going to explain why. I'll come back to that. We are in a similar state where a newly ordained Thronebreaker is in a wildly different space than those that have 100% completed all content that is available in the game, which is why we believe it's a great time to introduce to you the next title. Become a Paragon. The new Paragon title is on its way next month. This step beyond Thronebreaker will offer its own set of perks and challenges. It is tailored to those that have climbed every mountain in the battle realm. Requirements. To obtain the designation of Paragon, you must complete Act 7, Chapter 4, and have 3 rank 4 6-star champions in your roster. When we said that this is for those that have done everything, we meant it. While we wanted this next progression level to be a challenge to obtain, it was also important to us that we did not put this out of reach for skilled summoners that choose not to purchase 6-star rank 4 materials, and that this remains accessible, though difficult, for all summoners to attain regardless of their monetary investments. That's a key phrase, monetary investments. However, it does take purchasing of some sort. With that in mind, we made sure that on day 1 it was possible to do for a summoner that has 1, completed all the story content in the game. 2, completed all of last year's Summer of Pain objectives, completed Karina's challenges, volumes 1 and 2, and plays in a higher tier competitive alliance. But the alliance part, there's a key point in time where that actually matters. And they're referring to gifting event. You had to be in a competitive gifting alliance, because if you weren't, then you could be short on resources, depending on whether you spent the units in gifting as well. That's just a lot of, like, they're asking for a lot of units, right? Because they're also talking about picking up the catalyst or the bundles as well, like at the end of 7.4. It's just, I don't know. More obviously, they go into. I'm not going to go into this too much. You guys can read through the rest. There's going to be more chances to obtain T3A, T6B. They briefly hint at Eternity of Pain. It's going to be like a Summer of Pain number 2. I take it. There's going to be different benefits, basically the same benefits we're used to, and of course, no updated crystal, meaning no updated champion crystal, which is a big disappointment. That's a huge disappointment in my opinion. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we're now 2 progression levels above Cavalier and we still have Cavalier crystals? Come on. Anyway, this is all coming with version 35 update, which means the May update. So, time to break it down. Let's talk about it and go from there. Let me see if I can't. All right. So, let me go ahead and see who popped in chat here. Glisser popped in chat. Howdy, Glisser.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm surprised. Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm surprised the new update for they're going beyond Thronebreaker now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean it's cool, but shoot, that's they're asking for quite a bit. I'm curious to see. Do we got any new comments in here? What post your guys' opinions in chat. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. And Relentless and I are probably going to break this down, give our opinions on it. I'll start with Relentless. What is your initial reaction to this?
I think Kabam is mocking us from the title all the way to the 3 stars. And I'm going to tell you, or the 3 rank 4s, I'm going to tell you why. If you say Paragon, we know that Perry's gone. Okay, we don't want that to be a title. I was hoping it would be like Bug Breaker, since we've fought the bugs, maybe Wallet Breaker, since some people have had to come out of pocket some resources instead of Throne Breaker. But honestly, it's a mockery. It's a mockery. It's definitely going to be a cash grab. 4th of July is going to be a feeding frenzy for the whales. It's going to be out of control.
So,
I mean,
get your wallet ready.
I'm excited though.
Get your wallet ready. You aren't wrong, Glisser. All right, so let's so let's start with like a more specific point. Where are you at in the game currently, Relentless? How many rank 4s do you have? Do you think it's possible to get the 3rd, without doing anything else? Like, where are you at currently?
Right now, I have a rank 4 Hercules, so there's 1 on the roster. Mm-hmm. About 15 minutes ago, I just completed all of Act 7. And, or explored, I should
Congrats.
say. I completed. Thank you very much. Completed. I did get the 10K unit deal because I figured with summer of our spring cleaning coming up and then with the summer coming around and 4th of July hitting, I'm going to have 3. for sure by I would say then, but I'm hoping to get it sooner than later. I'm more tier 3 alpha away than anything else. I'm about 3,600 shards away as far as, or not 3,600, but about, no, actually, no, 26,000 shards away because it's 30 whatever for one tier 3. And then I'm about 20,000 away from a tier 6 basic. I already have 2 of them, and I have 2 tier 3 alpha, so I can get that third one because I know I just got a crystal for a rank 3 to 4 gem. And as a bonus, if you want to, I can do my rewards on your channel tonight, just in case you guys want to do that.
Well, that's that'll be it. We'll leave that up to you. Let's get through this convo and then go from there. I'm sure give more people time to show up too, but I'm sure no one would say no to that. MCOC debugger, what's going on? Obi Don says, I'm the only one at R4. I'm only at 1 R4 with exploration left to do, but I'm excited for it. You need the next progression. It gives me something to work towards. Yeah, I agree. I'm definitely excited. However, at the same time, just a little upset with how they went about things. Personally, the past few months, everyone has wanted spring cleaning. Now you have an actual reason to spend. I gotcha, but it really depends on what they allow. I mean, to be honest, if they don't provide a full R4, I'm not gonna get the new progression level. I just, like, at spring cleaning, by the time like spring cleaning hits, like I won't even have the new progression level until I complete all the Karina's challenges and do all that work in game, which I'm working my way there. It just gives me even more of a reason to do all that work and spend money on spring cleaning. However, yeah, and I'll go into that. I'll break my account down exactly with where I'm at with things and how that's coming along. But for now, let's kind of dive into this a little bit further. So with the new progression level, you're going to have 3 rank 4 champions. With the Thronebreaker progression title, you only had to have 1. Okay. I understand the reasoning behind them trying to create a gap in the community. I understand, honestly, them, kind of rewarding their highest tier players. I understand that completely. And I'm not saying to take that away from them. However, every progression title has followed suit. Okay. Let's pull this back up for just a second. I want to point out one specific thing that I saw, and then, maybe you guys can point out a reaction on that. So, pulling this back up, within the very first thing you see is the title, introducing the next campaign, it's a very specific word, campaign progression level. Okay? Campaign. What is a campaign mode, if I may ask, Relentless? Like, when you think of campaign, what do you think of?
I think of a story mode where you're going through
Right.
you could do Call of Duty online and fight everybody, or you could just go with the story, whatever that they put in, and beat levels.
Exactly. And then they contradict themselves right here. This has nothing to do with campaign. In every game I've ever played, at least. It's a complete contradiction. Okay? That's number 1, okay? Number 2 is, let's go back to that campaign part, okay? So, Thronebreaker. When Thronebreaker was released, it was well past the completion of Act 6, well past the exploration of Act 6. You had plenty of time to get content done, and it was actually past the release of Abyss. Abyss was already in game by the time completion of Act 6 and awarded the Thronebreaker title for a rank 3, if you had a rank 3. Do we know the rewards of completing the Abyss? Just one path in the Abyss. Just one path. One path in the Abyss got you a random tier 5 class catalyst crystal. And yes, there's not a selection behind it. However, you could get every other resource pretty easily and get yourself a rank 3 as long as you completed the Abyss. All you had to do was have a champion in that class. And no, it may not be exactly what you want. However, it was still obtainable in game. When they released the title, you could obtain that title by completing content in the game, hands down. What I just don't understand, I don't care that it's 3 rank 4 6 stars. That's not my concern. Because I'm a person that if you tell me, hey, there's a new progression level in game, I'm gonna go in game and get that new progression level. Wait, I can't? Why? Is there not enough content in game that rewards this? What? I did it with Thronebreaker. Sim Supreme was my first rank 3 6 star, and I could have gotten a lot sooner. However, I just didn't feel the need to. So tell me why, with all of a sudden with this new progression level, things have completely changed. And when I say completely, this isn't even somewhat similar to Thronebreaker. This is nothing close to similar to Thronebreaker. Nothing. And that's why. Because there is no way in game, and we'll go through and count. There's nothing in game currently where you can go grind out the new progression level. And that's the issue that I see. If it was 2 rank 4 6 stars, wouldn't be an issue. The fact that it's 3, that's where the issue lies. That means in order to get this progression level, you have either had to be in some of the absolute top tier alliance. We're talking free to play, obviously. So you would have had to pick up the 4. There's only been 4 unit offers for tier 3 basic, or tier 3 alpha catalyst and tier 6 basic. And you would have had to gift. You had to be part of the gifting event for alliances. Period. If you didn't get gifting rewards that rewarded tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha catalyst fragments, you're just not getting that title. It's not going to happen as a free-to-play player. And that's the problem that I see, because this is not a campaign progression title. Because there is no campaign progression in the game that gets you this title. They are literally contradicting themselves. There is 0 campaign progression in the game that gets you this title. So you can't achieve there's nothing you can achieve currently in game from this moment on as a free-to-play player to get that title. So I have no problem with it being 3, it could be 10 rank 4 6 stars. I don't care. But release enough rewards, put more content in the game, do something so your free-to-play players can grind it out before you release the title. That's just how I see it. So I'm going to swing it over to Relentless here. What's your opinions on, obviously, what I just broke down there?
I think it holds a lot of merit. I think as far as it goes with you being in a higher tier alliance, yes, you're going to get, tier 3 alpha, tier 6 basic, but not everybody is in a master's alliance.
Especially with all the bugs going on.
Right. And I mean, you're talking about like, how many masters teams are there? 10 with 30 people, 300 people, out of like the million they say that play plus, so yeah, they're going to separate, they're going to put a big gap in. You do have to spend, there will be more content coming to spend on, more deals and all that.
Of course.
And the thing is like, I feel it, the thing is that did change. One thing that stayed the same, Kabam's marketing strategy. It's going to drive more people, because they want to be that top, 5% of the game or 1% of the game, however you want to look at it, if it's in reach, either with their wallet or with their time, because that does take a lot of time to go through Karina's challenges, especially if you're doing the Abyss runs and things like that, so it's definitely not easy. That's why it's the highest progression in the game. Not everybody does spend on this game. Even if you bought all the deals, and you spent the most, you would have gotten some pretty good stuff from the gifting. You could have got yourself maybe about like, I don't know, a rank 4 or 2, But as far as it goes for the other one, you still got to complete content in the game, or
Yep.
get lucky, and that's what it is. So I mean, it's I feel like as far as the balance goes, it is weighed heavier on the spenders like it has gone to. I know they want to say, hey, but we're giving the free to play players a chance. You give them a little shot for a partial, you give them a taste, but you dangle the carrot. And sometimes those free to play players they break and they're like, I'm just right there. I might as well spend my first $10. First $10 leads the first 100.
Yep.
And
I mean, how many free to play
snowball.
players have we seen that they've broken, right? You look at Lizer, right? Lizer, I don't know if you guys watch Lizer. She makes some great war content. Absolutely fantastic war content. Check her channel out. She used to be a free to play player for the longest of times. They broke her.
Yeah. Broke me after 19 months of free to play.
Yeah. It happens. So, I definitely, and here's the thing. I honestly, I have no problem with them, like I said before, making sure that there is a gap. I have no problem with them, bringing in the requirement up to 3 rank 4 6 stars. Thing is that they're going to start releasing content. The thing that really turned my knob, I have no problems with waiting to become Paragon, like, just grinding it out, getting there. I don't have any issues with, I don't need to be Paragon on day one. However, they're making it this is part of their marketing strategy, right? And I'll pull the forum post back up here for just 1 second, guys. So they say, and this is where I'll hit on the Eternity of Pain. Okay, never fear, because Eternity of Pain is near. New event will be starting soon that will help Thronebreakers obtain materials that will help them add more rank 4 materials. They could have stopped there, but no, they're going to take it one step further. There will also be objectives exclusively available to summoners that have already obtained the title of Paragon. And if you do not remember Summer of Pain, okay, Summer of Pain and the way that worked, guys, you didn't have access to the objectives from earlier weeks in the Summer of Pain if you became a Thronebreaker during the middle of it. You only had objectives for the current week and the weeks following. Yep. So if you became Thronebreaker afterwards, yeah, you may have gotten some decent rewards, but those objectives held some extremely good rewards. I do not have them right up in front of me. I wish I had prepared that for this. However, guys, that's what gets me. That's what rocks, like, that's what turned my knob more than anything, is the fact that they're going to release this new progression level. They're going to make it a paywall of a sort, right? There is a paywall on this. And it was either a paywall with your time and units, or it was a paywall with your actual money. But there is a paywall to get this progression title currently. And if they don't release a way for free-to-play players to earn it with grinding content by the time Eternity of Pain comes out, that is a huge, huge issue in my opinion. That screws so many players. That screws so many players who have grinded their hearts out. They've explored Act 7. They've done all the cleanest challenges, like me, right? If I didn't invest into the spring cleanings offers that are coming up, and it's only conjecture that they're going to give us another R4 there. If I wasn't willing to spend, I could grind out all the greenest challenges. I already have 7.4 done. You guys watched me do it. Okay, I'm going to have 4/5 of the Abyss done by the time I complete all the greenest challenges. 100% explored LOL, done everything in game, and yet I can't do the objectives for the Eternity of Pain. How is that fair? If I've done everything in game up to this point, how is it fair that you're gonna freaking paywall the objectives to that? That's what turns my knob, and that's the reason I want to become Paragon, because I want access to the objectives. I'm a streamer. I enjoy doing content for you guys, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much I get wrecked, no matter how buggy the game is. I do it for you guys. I'm progressing for you, so you get to see me honestly get destroyed in this game. So, and for me to end up, cursing and getting upset, it's entertainment. It just is. So that's what grinded my gears, is that it's one thing to not be a Paragon and then miss out on crystals and deals and stuff. And honestly, I had more than enough belief that I would have, even without the spring cleaning, I had more than enough belief that I would be able to obtain another rank 4 by the third rank 4 by the time July 4th hit. The problem is that I'm going to miss out on some of the Eternity of Pain, and that to me, like, I got to do Summer of Pain objectives last year. It was extremely fun. That was super fun. That was the like most tough and challenging yet fun end game content I've ever done, to this day still, in my opinion. And they're going to simply just put a paywall in front of it with time and units. And you guys know how busy I am. I work 55 to 60 hour weeks at work. I come in here, I stream, I grind as much as possible. But a few months ago, I didn't have that much time. I was working even more than I am now a few months ago. I didn't have the time to work up that many units to get all of those offers. And I understand, but like, I don't feel like grinding in the arena should count towards a progression title.
No, not at all.
That's just how I feel. And that's what it would have had to be for my account to get it on day one. And congrats to Relentless. I don't shame him at all for getting that Paragon, right? I literally messaged him as soon as I found this news, made sure he picked up that offer because I wanted him to have access to these things. I encourage everybody who can get Paragon, go ahead, go get it. There's nothing wrong with chasing that top, as Relentless was saying, 5%. However, I'm not salty for my account. I just generally upset for me and the player base who have actually grinded their heart out in game and done whatever they could in game to progress, and then still can't get the progression title because it's hidden behind a paywall of either, like I said, units or money. All right, Relentless, on to you.
Well, I've been a fan of a lot of guys that have been free to play. One comes to mind, BG. I know he's grinded very hard on a lot of content, and I respect a lot of his stuff. And I'm wondering how he feels about this too. I mean, a lot of people out there that are free to play that, they have grinded their hearts out, and it is still protected behind a paywall. And then Kabam tries to come out. Well, hey, guess what? It's not. They're going to throw us some content in the future. So yeah, it's not, but you still got to wait. And like you said, you're going to miss out on those very, very nice rewards, especially during the Summer of Pain, Summer of Eternity, whatever they want to call it. It's going to give you some really good rewards if you're not Paragon. It's going to just create such of a rush of like trying to grab up all the tier 5 basic and tier 3 alpha you can, tier 6 basic, and that's the thing is like, a lot of people are going to be spending on this thing, to get that title. And at the same time, with this title, I feel that, there's other games, there's other things in game that I hope that they focus on with this excess money that's coming in. We need more testers and developers to fix parry, go through bugs, and honestly, it's just one of those things where, I kind of feel like, is parry broken on purpose? So they can still, even though they're giving us as resources that help a little, but then they expire. I mean, it's just one of those things where I just, Kabam, I want to believe, I love your game. It's so much fun to play, but gosh, why'd you do shady stuff? And now it makes me like lose some trust. And then when you pull this stuff, guess what? You can get this title without having to pay for it. As long as you're in a top tier alliance, how do you think you got there pretty much? There's only 1 or 2 people that I know out of that 300 that are up there that are kind of free to play, and everybody else spent. It's very rare. I mean,
especially in AQ, right? If we're talking like top AQ, okay, top AQ gets arguably the best rewards, right? When we can talk about war, war is a different topic, but AQ, there is no way. I'm sorry, but if you're in the top 10 AQ alliances, you're not free to play. You're not. You're not. You're just not. You don't get enough sig stones as a free to play player to be in that top 10 AQ. You don't. You gotta spend to get them, and on top of, most of the time you have to spend to get the champions too. Okay,
Right.
like, and I mean, I'm sure Max will vouch for that, right? I guarantee you, Max. Max is in the top 5 AQ alliance. I think they're top 3 if I'm not mistaken. I think they've been consistently ranking 3rd.
Nice.
And so if you go check out Max's YouTube channel as well, and while he's here on with us, check out Relentless too. He's got some great content on there. And he comes onto my channel quite a bit and does a lot for my channel as well. We do appreciate that, of course. But that's another great point, right? You have to be in a top tier alliance for gifting. You had to be in a top tier alliance to get consistent R4 resources in order to just get that free to play. But you can't be free to play in those upper echelon of alliances. And war, I'd have to go back through it, but I do not believe war would have rewarded enough resources on its own. It would have had to come from both AQ and war, because they just recently changed giving you higher amounts of tier 4 basic and tier 3 alpha.
Right. That's right.
So
I mean, they're walking a fine line, very fine cusp, by saying, hey, you can possibly get it, free to play, and it's just like, come on, man, like that's so rare.
And we're not saying it's not possible, right? We know there's definitely plenty of free to play players that are going to be out there getting Paragon right away, but they would have picked up every unit offer. They would have been in a top tier alliance, maybe not top AQ, but they would have had to been doing literally. They would have been one in so many. There's not going to be many. There's just not going to be many free to play players there.
The ones that got
not what it should be.
Gifting crystals. Remember the Ascidian, the gifting crystals where you get tier 6 or tier 3 alpha? I spent 15,000 units. I opened up one of those. I was like, dang, man. So if there's somebody that opened up 3 of those, hey, that's, it's 30,000 right there. Because I believe you got 11K per. But yeah, it's one of those things.
And greater gifting crystals are one way, but that's like pretty ridiculous to try to rely on. I mean, the rewards that I'm talking about are the alliance rewards that you got from being in an alliance that spent money. Right. And even though you're a free to play player, there's plenty of people there's 29 other people that can carry you, right? And that happened with BG. Yeah. BG was in 4 Loki, and they ranked decently high, and he got resources because of them. And I'm sure he's quite thankful for that. I mean, as a free-to-play player, I can only imagine being thankful to your alliance for carrying your, in a sense, dead weight for gifting. And, I understand it completely. I would have nothing against that player. And I have nothing against people who don't spend. Actually,
what sucks though is he has so much skill, more so than a lot of those guys in that alliance, and still
he doesn't even get to use it.
Right. It's like, oh man, come on.
And that, and then he was obviously relying quite a bit on the solo competitive mode, because Kabam talked it up. He was talking it up. All player base was talking it up. And to be honest, it's looking more and more like that's going to be behind a paywall too, to get to the upper tier as well. And I'm sure his confidence, like I can't imagine BG's confidence level as a free to play player is very high right now. I really can't imagine his confidence levels is all that high. And he may not show it, right? He's not going to want to show that on stream to his viewers. He's going to want to be happy and, continue being a major influence in the game, because that's exactly what he is. He's a very big influence to people in this game.
I bet you he's right there on the cusp.
arguably the biggest, right? In my opinion, I think he's arguably the biggest influence as far as YouTubers, and one of the biggest influencers in the game right now.
Right.
Because Seaton left.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know. Like,
I bet you
Kabam could have
he's
done
right there.
the timing of this is off, right? In my
Right.
opinion, the timing of this is off. If they were gonna wait to do it, I understand them giving. I'm the biggest YouTuber influence. What's up, Coop?
Coop.
We all loved it. We all love the channel. Coop is another streamer. Go check him out. He also has some pretty cool trampoline tricks if you're a fan of that as well. Anyway, I don't know when the last time he's actually been on the tramp, but you can go check him out. So anyway, I'm not going to make this a sore thumb. I wanted to cut this right at the beginning of the stream, just to go over these things because it needs to be, we need to show our opinions as much as we can. Love getting on the tramps.
Me too, Coop. Me too.
Don't we all? Anyway, so any final thoughts, opinions, Relentless, that you have at least on this?
When it's all said and done, I'm excited. I'm excited for Paragon. I feel that I could probably get it relatively soon, if not on the first day within a couple of months. And like you said, it's something that like I don't need right away. I might miss out on some good rewards, but I'm hoping to have it before the summertime, or when they come out with the Summer of Eternity. So that way I don't feel like I have FOMO, fear of missing out type of, anxiety. And, I get more animosity because darn, I was almost there and why couldn't I have it? And, I just feel that it's really, really going to, be the top percentage of players that are going to be able to achieve it right away. But I feel like after the summertime, you're going to see a lot of summoners with that title.
For sure. And I'm excited too. Don't get me wrong. Like this gives me something to, on Friday to expect, right? With deals, to be honest. And I'm sure you too, because if the deals are right, you may even get your third rank 4 a lot sooner. And then have that. I don't know if you still planned on spending, but either way, there's that. I'm excited that I get to have even more of a reason to grind out these Karina's challenges. Because before it was like, I'm just doing the Karina's challenges because it's something to do in game, gives me another R4, even though I don't need it. I certainly, could benefit from it. And, it was more for prestige at that point. Like I really wanted to get my prestige up. So having another R4 will definitely help with that. And so I think that I'm very excited. I'm even more excited to do the content that I still have to get done. However, it does really stink that I have to rely on the deals coming on Friday to be good enough to get there. At the same time, I have to really get grinding, guys, because here on Friday/Saturday. This weekend, I'm looking at doing another Abyss Path. If not this weekend, the weekend following. Haven't quite decided on that yet, but I have to get it done by the end of next Saturday. Not this upcoming Saturday, but the Saturday following. I have to get that first Abyss Path done because I'm gonna have a lot of revives that'll just flat out expire, and I can't have that. So I've grinded way too much. Obviously, what I'm doing right now to do that. So. Be expecting that. I'm going to be doing the mutant path first, and I'm thinking I'm going to split. If I've done the research right, I'm thinking I'm going to take a split between. I'm going to do path 5 and then the last half of path 3, and then when I come back and do the Karina's Challengers Abyss Challenge, I'm going to do path 3, then the end of path 5. And I'll go over those here when I figure out what I'm doing. I got to figure out the champs I'm bringing in and whatnot. But that's coming very soon, and as soon as I get that done, then I have to go in and fight the collector again. I have to, or not collector, but grandmaster again. I have to go in and knock out some of these other smaller challenges. That doesn't take that long. Doesn't take too many revives. However, it still needs done. I will also have to go in and knock out Karina's Volume 1, which that's going to take a long time. I still have 3 LOL paths to do there. So it's going to be a lot to get done for me. There's a lot of content in game that I've been putting off for a very long period of time. I'm glad that I did because it gives me an opportunity to stream it for you guys. However, because I chose to do that, now I'm going to pay for it by really for the next month and a half going hard. And that's my goal, is within a month and a half to get to that point. By the middle of June, I want to have all of the Karina's challenges done.
Nice.
Unfortunately, that may not be in time for Paragon, so I can get the objectives from Eternity of Pain, which will be disappointing. And I'm sorry, guys, that I couldn't get that to you sooner, but is what it is. So, Coop says, Friday deals are on my birthday. Well, hopefully those deals bring you extra good luck on your birthday. I do. Nothing would feel better than to do, like, open up a deals in game as like birthday presents and then get some really good rewards. That would be actually pretty cool. Debugger says, I'm back. My new account is Cav already. It's 6 days old. Cav in 6 days?
Ooh.
What? Shoo! That's a lot of grinding there. What the heck? I mean, that's a feat in its own. That's a lot of content done in 6 days.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. That's
so yeah,
huge.
congrats. So, all right. On to bigger and better things. I got some good news for Relentless that he's gonna be like, he knows. So last week in AQ, particularly my battle group struggled. And you know, I like to take that on a little bit as an officer. We struggled more with war, which I'm not the officer in RBG responsible for war. But I think between doing map 8 and it being new and fresh, some of the players just couldn't keep up. So we had to do some cleansing in RBG and bring back one of our old officers, which I'm excited to work with. He's actually been in chat before, J3 or Jenks. He was an officer of BG3 for a long time. He took a 2-week vacation and we asked for him back. So he came back and he's, I think, even more excited. I was talking to J3 quite a bit tonight, Relentless, and put it this way, like, me and him are pretty much on the same page of we're going to push this alliance to the next level.
Right.
So he's super excited for map 8. We're going to get into gear on map 8. We got Gino back. Gino is another fantastic member from BG3. I don't know if you remember playing with Gino when you were in BG3 prior. Do you?
Yeah, I do remember playing with Gino. Backstab?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, he's an extremely good player. J3 is obviously really good. Me and you were pretty good. The rest of the members have a little bit of a step up to do. However, when it comes to us four, having 4 strong players in the BG is going to really help. Extremely big time. And J3 back on, he's going to take a look into our Alliance War defense. We talked about that. We talked quite a bit about Alliance War in general. We're going to be, not this month, because this month we're really going to focus on getting a lock on map 8, making sure everybody's comfortable with their paths and have a couple different options for their paths. But I think next month we're actually going to be pushing into Plat 3 is the goal. We're going to start tracking deaths. We're actually going to start tracking deaths and stuff like that too.
That'd be good. I think that would hold a lot of accountability and people would be able to communicate like, hey, I just died on Footloose. Why was that? I mean, this happened to me. And then that way it would get people more knowledgeable. I like throwing that stuff around because like the ones that are just like, oh, I can just do it all. I know everything. And all of a sudden you see that they have like 3 guys that are dead on the bench.
And they gave up full attack bonuses.
Like, man, I will spend my last resource to top off my health so I don't die in a war fight. You know what I mean? That's just the kind of guy I am. You might be like, oh my God, Relentless spent like 10 resources. I'll be like, guess what? But I didn't have one death. You know,
Yeah.
so it's one of those things where like, and I feel that these guys that we just brought on, even though they have the skill, I feel they would make that sacrifice. I was looking at people that like didn't even want to come out any resources to get work done, and I'm just sitting here. It makes me sick. I like watch this guy go into a battle with 20% health. I'm like, dude, this guy's not even trying. Like he just used the standard revive and that's it. Like, and that's a wrap. Like what?
Yeah, and
You
that's
know?
not following our guidelines. I mean, how many times do we get to post as officers our expectations for war, and then people just don't care because we don't enforce anything with war, and that's going to change. Because we're here in a couple of weeks, within the next couple of weeks, we're going to post an expectations list for war for the rest of this season. And we're going to gather information. We're going to pay attention as officers and gather that information, and we're going to use it against the rest of the alliance. And they may not like it. However, it will be a lot easier herd for us to start tracking deaths. It'll give us an excuse to say, now we're going to have to start tracking deaths. We're going to require videos. We're going to start requiring all these things because we want to push into higher alliance or higher tiers of war. And the only way we're going to get better is to actually find out what's going on, because you guys aren't communicating. You guys aren't doing, we know you're not doing what you should be doing, because if you were, we'd already be higher. There's no reason right now we dropped to gold 1. Did you know that? Relentless? Uh-oh. What happened? Relentless, are you there?
Sorry about that. I'm back. Yeah, I had a little.
It's okay. So, did you know we dropped to gold 1?
I saw that just as
Yeah.
I went in to place my heroes. I was like, dude, that's like, this is not a gold alliance, bro. This is platinum.
We have an
Like,
average prestige. We have an average prestige of 13K, and
I'm surprised we were
we're in
able to
gold
bring the other
1.
guys on. Oh, I used all my 6 stones, so I brought our prestige up a little bit. So
Yeah.
I went past 14K today in prestige. So
Heck yeah,
that'll
dude.
help.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
So-
yeah, I dropped them all into Doom and Herc.
Yeah, it just, we are not, we with our prestige, we should be in plat 3. With the talent that we have, we should be in plat 3, but it's the people who are careless. That's what it is. It's careless. It's not that they don't have the skill. They have the skill to do what they need to do, and we can put them on easier paths. It's not the problem. That's not the problem. The problem is simply they're careless and they don't care. They're careless and they're lazy. They don't want to go in, like, for BG3 not to get the boss down last week. I'm already doing so much in AQ. I needed the other officer to step up and like do something on that day, and his excuse is I had baseball practice. Like, I get it, like you have a life outside the game, but you're an officer, dude. Like, we need to get our boss down, and it's your responsibility to make sure you assign someone that can get the boss down on backup. If they can't get the boss down on backup, that's an issue, right? And
that's the case. Yeah,
I mean, so
I'm gonna reset my Wi-Fi, bro. It keeps cutting in and out on me. I'll be right back.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna read chat. All right, so Coop says I haven't touched variant 2 yet. V2, you haven't touched Karina's challenges V2 yet. Coop, you spend though, so I take it you're gonna be Paragon in enough time for summer, for the pain event, the new pain event, right? If you're still here. Debugger says, yeah, I have Void duped, Archangel at rank 5, Corvus rank 5, and Baked R5. Who's Baked? Anyway, 6-star rank 2 Doom, and Herc. And Chill says, that guy, Debug, is a serious grinder. Yes, he is. Chill says, I'm learning a lot from Putrid on how this AW works. I appreciate the compliment there. Sup, Snake? I'm good. I miss you, bro. being cheap. Cheap out, man. Welcome, though. Chill. Good to see you. Good to see you in chat. So, if you guys are wondering what I'm doing, I don't know if you just joined. Right now, in game, what's going on is I'm auto farming 326. I say it all the time. This is the revive quest. I'm gonna show you what I've done. I've grinded, so I farm a completely different quest for energy refills, and I do that for about 2 weeks straight. I build up energy refills for 2 weeks, and then when the first one that went into overflow is about to expire, I stop grinding that quest and I switch over to this, and I dump all those energy refills into revives, and then I'll grind revives up until the time I go to do whatever content I need to complete. So your guys are about to see, you know, here, once I get through this set of 10 energy refills is what I like to call it, because I'll do 10 energy refills at a time. I grind out the quest completely, and if it offers a energy refill, I don't let it go to stash. I don't try to make it go to my stash. I just let it go to that 10, and I kind of don't even count it as an energy refill. I just use it to going towards that as like the initial set of 10 energy refills. And that's how I kind of keep track of like how well I'm doing at pulling out revives from this quest. So after this set of 10, that'll be 30 initial energy refills that I used to start grinding this quest. Regardless of how many I built up while I was grinding this quest, I initially invested 30 energy refills into it. So for 30 energy refills, or roughly 900 units, you guys are about to see, and this is a nice one right here. So this has 2 revives. Anything else? I have seen 3 revives. It's very rare, and it was 3 revives on 3 different paths, so it is possible to get that good of odds. However, it's just these 2. So I'm going to go pick up the one in shortest first, and then pick up this one right here. So go to F first. Like I said, I'm leading a lot. I suck at this game, so too much reading. Yeah, I don't like to read nodes. However, it is important. Especially in cav difficulty. That's the one where I, end up comes back to bite me, is in EQ. I tend not to read the nodes there and just try to breeze through it, and then sometimes I miss something. It's like, oh, well, I guess I should have read the node. So let me know you guys' opinions about the topics I discussed. Some of the topics I discussed tonight. I went over, obviously broke down the new progression level title, and I'm going to revisit that here after grinding some of these revives out, guys, because I want to show you exactly what it's going to take for my account to get to Paragon, and kind of show you what it looks like from the eyes of someone who didn't purchase any tier 3 or tier 6 basic offers for specifically the tier 3 alpha or tier 6 basic themselves. So I didn't, like last spring cleaning, didn't buy the tier 3 alpha, tier 6 basic. When 4th of July came around, any tier 3 alpha or tier 6 basic that I did get, if I got any, I don't remember, was from the minimal offers, but I didn't specifically buy an offer for tier 6 basic or tier 3 alpha. Same thing goes for Cyber Monday. I spent even less on Cyber Monday. Didn't pick up any deals there. When it came along for gifting, I got whatever our alliance got. I can't remember exactly what that was, but I know it's not that much. So most of my tier 6 basic and tier 3 alpha is from what we've gotten in game, not from offers, but from content. So you guys will get an opportunity to see that. I'm not saying I didn't purchase any tier 3 alpha or tier 6 basic. I probably did. I just don't remember doing it because whenever I got it, it was a part of a deal that I was actually getting for something else. Oh, I probably went too far in this quest. Yeah, I definitely went too far in the quest. Oh well. Wasted a few energy. shouldn't make those mistakes, but hey, I guess I'm still a rookie. I'm not saying I don't purchase. Come this weekend, I do plan on spending and whaling at that. So that's not the case. However, I typically for the past year I haven't spent all that much, and that has a lot to do with personal situation. Just, you know, I wasn't streaming at that time, had, you know, no people to share my spending with, which is another reason, you know, a big influence behind my spending coming this weekend is just to give you guys something to see. I know you obviously YouTube, you know, the MCOC viewership, they like to see people buy deals. It's a known thing, right? And you'd be lying if you didn't, if you said that wasn't the case. But at the same time, my personal situation, I had other things that I had to take care of. It wasn't, I could have spent, but you know, my money was better saved and allocated to other things at that time, along with the fact that I ended up having to move out from my dad's place. I moved up here. We finally found a place that we liked, the place that we're in. It took us like 8 months to find a new place that we even liked, and then I had to make sure I had enough money to move in here. It was quite costly just to move in. Moving costs were big. So yeah, as far as that's concerned, I just didn't end up spending much over last summer and July, and over July 4th and last Cyber Monday deals. So hopefully upcoming here I can continue to spend, but it'll all depend on the situation for the current time. But big tip to anybody who does spend, do not spend outside of your limits. Never feel pressured to spend in this game. It's not needed. It's nice, but not needed. Don't feel pressured to spend. Any money that I do spend, I'm well within limits of where I'm at with money, and I know it's not going to put me off to the point where I can't afford to fix my car, or, you know, if my son needed to go to the doctor, I couldn't afford that, stuff like that. I have a savings, and I know exactly what I can spend. So that's just my suggestion to you guys as well. If you're going to spend, just make sure that you're within capabilities. Bro, it sounds like you're doing well in life. I'm not doing poorly, put it that way. I work a lot, and that helps, right? I'm working 55 to 60 hours per week, so I'm putting 15 to 20 hours of overtime. I just got a raise at my job, and a new official title in my job. So that has helped a lot with my finances. I get, you know, getting ahead a bit. He says, LOL, a car. LOL. Well, for you, it's a truck. It's a very, very nice truck. For me, it's an SUV, and for a lot of people, it's a car. Yeah, I have an SUV, but I also have 2 kids, and you know, I have 2 boys that already love sports, and at least one of them does. And if they love sports, more than likely, I'm gonna want to coach those sports. And as a coach, it's hard to have. It's hard when it comes to seating. It's nice to have an SUV that seats 7. I'll just say that I have an SUV that'll seat 7 kids, or it'll seat 7 total people. Between my fiance and I, my 2 sons, they'll be able to have 3 of their friends in the car at the same time. So that was kind of the goal behind it. I'd like to do things that involve camping. So just having an SUV is a very nice utility, you know, something with very nice utility to be able to do. Can't quite do that in a truck. And believe me, I know that because my dad always had a truck. I would love to see the fool who purchased enough money in a game to afford a car. I mean, I've spent enough money in this game. I will say I've definitely spent enough money in this game to afford a car. May not be the nicest of cars, and it may have been used, but I spent enough in this game to buy a car. Now, like I said, it's not a brand new car. There are people who spend enough in this game yearly. There's people in this game who spend enough yearly in this game to buy like a brand new truck every year. Like we're talking like $50,000 truck every single year. They'll spend that in this game without an issue. So yeah, wouldn't it be nice to have that kind of money? No, I mean like all at one time. Sheesh. Yeah, that happens during gifting though. I mean, during gifting, I'm pretty sure, you know, top 10 gifters, like solo gifters, were above 25,000. So that's technically like within a week time span. That's just a crazy amount to spend on the game. I don't think I could ever get myself to spend that much, no matter how much I made, no matter if money was like literally no, object to me. I really don't think I could spend that much into this game. And more, honestly, yeah, for real, Chill. For real. Go check out Prof Off's channel. He has an interview with one of the top spenders in the game. Go watch that video and he'll explain it all. I mean, I knew about it before that, but I found it interesting just to hear what he had to say about it. So go check it out. Definitely happens. Let's see here. Got like one more pass through here as long as I don't get another energy refill, I think. And I probably won't even, nope. I'm gonna say if I didn't get a revive here, I probably wouldn't even spend my energy yet. All right, so we got one on path D again, right? Yep. So, by the way, this treasure chest right here, this level 3 treasure chest, I've gotten units from this multiple times, guys. I don't know why, but so here's the thing that I suggest. If you're running this quest and it ever doesn't spawn any energy refills or revives, take path D, because path D can actually, like, now it's a rare chance, but it can give you units from this chest. So there's a quick note. Prof Hoff, PROFFHOFF, Prof Hoff. I don't remember the name of the person he interviewed, but he did interview one of the top spenders in the game. I think it was like a few months ago. How many units? As far as the units that I got from that chest, it was only like 10 units, but I mean, any units is better than no units, especially when your goal is not to get units, just to grind revives. But when I saw that, I was kind of surprised. I was like, well, shoot. Wish I known about that sooner. I didn't know those chests could give you units, but they certainly can. It's not something that I would say go in here and just take path D every single time to get units instead of grinding arena, but if you're already going to be in this quest, it's definitely worth taking path D if there's nothing else, other paths to get. All right. Okay, so can you farm energy here or more on revives? So, Panaz, this quest is more for revives. However, if you're not spending like energy refills to farm this quest like I am, then you can certainly farm energy refills here. Energy refills do come a decent amount, so you can definitely stock up on energy refills here quite easily. for just an average amount of refills. But if you're like trying to grind up a ton of energy refills like I have, you know, where you can get upwards of 40 to 60 energy refills with ease in 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks of grinding, in 2 weeks of grinding, I got, I think, 40, like close to 50 energy refills out of Act 5, Chapter 3, Quest 6, the Green Goblin boss. That is the best chapter to grind out energy refills in. It's a lot more intensive. It's even more intensive than grinding Realm for potions. It's not brainless. You have to actually, you know, take your time to do it, but it is worth it. So that's my suggestion there. Take it or leave it. But I grind up a bunch of energy refills, and then I dump. Then after those are about to expire, I dump all the ones that are about to expire from my stash into revives, and then we'll continue farming revives for another week or so until I have to do whatever content I need to do. So you guys are about to see, right, how many revives I have, and I have up through not this Saturday, I have up through next Saturday evening, my time, to use the revives I have in my stash. So currently. So I could technically grind for a whole nother week naturally this quest. So every time I naturally get energy, I could naturally farm this quest for like the next week, a week and a half, and I could probably get another 50 revives on top of what I currently have to put towards, you know, whatever content I'm doing. However, I don't think I'll need to do that. So I don't know. We'll see what my plans are. I don't know if I'll be able to go into the Abyss this weekend. It's going to be really, really nice out, and I kind of want to take my family to do stuff. So obviously, family is always first. Yep, that's my map. The green gobs for energy refills, of course. Yep, definitely the best in the game for energy refills. I do wish they'd really they'd redo another quest for some reason and give us more energy. They'd give us a lower end quest that spawned almost just as many energy refills. Because that would be something really nice to be able to auto farm energy like I do revives now. However, I'm glad just to be able to auto farm revives now, because I come from a time in the game, you know, when I used to stream prior to my break from streaming. If you like look at all my older content, I used to farm 536 as well for revives, and that's a grind. It's a grind to get revives from that quest. Way more of a grind than this quest. All right, that's going to do it. So let's pop back in just to see if anything else spawned, because I'm just curious. Yep, another one there. So it looks like just one. Nice. Anywho, we'll end that. What's going on, Grind? How are you? You're just in time because you're literally just in time because I'm about to show how many resources I've been able to grind up. I use the same methods that you do for grinding revives. I've been doing that for a while now. I did that for my last Abyss path. I did it for my story content. So as you guys, I'm pretty capped out on revives here. I've got a total of, just cut, you mentioned 536 is the quest that I use for energy. I don't have the time for that quest. I'd rather do many other things in game if I actually have the time to play. Well, what I do grind, and you'll understand, is I grind up energy refills for 2 weeks. So I'll grind up anywhere between 40 and 60 energy refills for a 2-week period. And then once those refills in my stash are about to expire, I dump all of them immediately into revives. And that starts my stash on revives. And then that'll give me another 2 weeks of grinding out. That'll give me up to another 2 weeks of grinding out the 326 to stack up even more revives. That's how you get, in my opinion, honestly, the best way to stack up as many revives as possible in game. However, let's see what I've got. So last time I counted, I was over 100. But let's see. So we've got 3, 13, 19, 25. Wait, hold on. Lost count already. 3, 13, 19, 25, 31, 34, 35, 36, 38, 42, 48, 53, 53, 58, 64, 69, 71, 74, 80, 84, 89, 95, 100, 101. So right now I have 120. I have exactly 120 level 1 revives. I have 9 level 2 revives. And I have, potions and whatnot. So now my focus is mostly going to shift to potions up until the time that, so I'll take Cosmic Ghost Rider into Realm and just have fun and grind up as many potions as I can. So that saves me money on the collector, or save me revives on the collector when I get to the collector mostly. I kind of left when I say BRB. That enough? Should be. We'll see. So, I don't know. Don't have to face Luke Cage, but there's definitely other challenges, so we'll see. We'll have to see. Anyway, that's a good cycle. I should try to force myself to run that map now. And then, yeah, I like to build up a ton of energy. It's always nice to have a ton of energy because as long as you have if you have a ton of energy stored up, it allows you to, if they drop act content, you can go and grind that immediately. If you need to build up a quick, huge stash of revives, you can do that. You can see my soonest expiring revive, I think, is 12 days. It might be 11. So 11 days. My soonest expiring revive is 11 days. That means in a 3-day time period, I have been able to grind 101 revives. I've grinded 101 revives in 3 days. Abyss plus a swear jar. I definitely need a swear jar for the Abyss path. I need to look into that. I really do. That would be, I think, just something fun for you guys. Anyway, so 3 days, 101 revives, and then I could spend technically the next, 11 days. I could spend the next 11 days grinding revives up until the time I need to use them. So 11 more days could net me a ton more revives. This is from 30 energy refills. So 30 initial energy refills got me this, and I grinded those energy refills. So that being said, that's only 900 units, guys. If you have 900 units in game, honestly, I think it's a lot more worth it to put 900 units into your revives this way than it is to put 900 units into level 2 revives. But especially since you can farm up potions so easily, yeah, I definitely think that you guys should rethink strategy as far as revives go, because this is a good way to go about it. Darkness is my parole officer. You found me on chat again. Anyway, now that we've done that, I'll probably claim last bit of my energy refills. I think I'm down to 6. Yeah. So I have 6 in stash left. That means I have 16 total energy refills. But definitely not a bad thing. Putrid has 1440p. It should go all the way up to 1440p. Yeah, I have 1440p by 60 technically. darkness. So if you're on a computer with the capabilities of doing 1440p, like if you have a 1440p monitor, or if you have a 4K TV, you can watch my stream in quad HD. So high quality streams. That's what we're talking about here. Anyway. Oh, I'm out of breath. Lots of talking on this stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. Leave a thumbs up or a like there for me if you guys have enjoyed the stream thus far. I hope that I've been very informative with things. It's nice to get a stream off that's not just grinding, but also very informative. So upgraded. Oh yeah, I upgraded. I've been upgraded, right? That's why I took like a 2-week hiatus here about a month ago before I streamed 7.4 to upgrade everything. I upgraded my PC, then I made my new overlays and everything. All right. Anywho, I know you guys probably aren't the biggest fan of it, and it's the last thing you'd probably want to see me stream, but I need to get it back into arena and finish off this arena here. I'll do the 5-star arena again off stream. So thumbs down. Thanks, Solid. Appreciate it. Love you too. What you know about that putrid life? Oh no. Sounds pretty disgusting to me. That's a pun on my name, guys. If you look up the definition of putrid, it sounds pretty disgusting. I think Aegon's broken again. It said unstoppable active. Yo, talent, finally home. How's the stream going? Stream's going really well. If you go towards the beginning of the stream, Max, I actually brought your name up. We were talking about basically how to get what they meant by being in an upper tier alliance and not having to spend any money. And I was like, well, I watch Max regularly, and he's in an upper tier AQ alliance, which offers some of the best tier 6 basic / tier 3 alpha rewards. And I'd like you to ask him if he has to spend to get to be in that alliance. Because I'm pretty sure spending is an absolute requirement in like the top 5 AQ alliances, but I could be wrong. You must show the shirt, Putrid. Sure. All right, so the shirt. Let's see if I can't just tilt down here. So my shirt is a Marvel Comics shirt. Pretty cool. I like it. Giving you a little belly shot. Dad bod. Let's see. Get this straightened out again. There we go. Sorry. Camera's on a tripod, guys, so it makes it weird for me to hold. I was looking on the drive home, but had to do home stuff and stop watching. Didn't catch that part. Yes, love the Marvel shirts. Yes. And I'm going to be honest here, guys. It was not some quest online to go get it. I literally went to the Meijer down the street, and Meijer, I don't know if you guys have a Meijer where you live, but the Meijer where I live is always topping off their stock on new graphic Marvel and other shirts. I got a Cobra Kai shirt. I've gotten a Chevy shirt there. I've gotten so many cool graphic tees, and I wear graphic tees like every single day. Pretty much everything I do, I'm in a graphic t-shirt. So they have right now, I like last time I went there, they had like 10 different Marvel graphic tees. They had a really cool Venom one that I picked up. Venom's like one of my favorite Marvel, characters. So, well, symbiotes in general. So yeah, I'd love for them to add a female symbiote too. Technically, they're not female or male, but they have a female host. I'd love for them to add one of the female host symbiotes to, like Shriek. Oh my god, if they added Shriek to this game, I would freak out. Like, it wouldn't even have to. They wouldn't even have to be good, and I'd want the champ. I'd go for it in the future just to own that character. Flash is still the best though. Oh yeah, when it comes to DC comics, for sure. I like when it comes to as far as like what you watch on TV, DC will always hold my heart when it comes to animation. So their animation shows, their animated TV series are so good. They're so good. And Marvel's, they're not bad. They're just not as good. But when it comes to the DCU, like DCEU versus MCU, no joke, that's Marvel for sure. Like, Marvel has the live action films down to a T. I know you do. That's why I always ask for you to show off the shirts. They'd be awesome. Hey, I appreciate that. Go pick yourself up some, guys. I'm sure you can find them cheap. Like, go to Meyer.com. I'm sure they can ship them to you. Meyer, I think I got mine for $10 a t-shirt. That's really not bad. And they go all the way up to, like, if you're like me, I need an XL. So, because I'm a heavy set guy. They go all the way up to 3XL from what I've seen in stores. So to go on your point, I'm considering myself a medium-sized spender in our alliance. Doesn't require us to spend XX amount of monies each week. So yeah, but the point is you can't be a free-to-play player in those alliances. That's kind of my point. Is like in the top 5-10 alliances, like I don't see it being possible to be a free-to-play player in those alliances because of the Sigstone. Because of the issue with Sigstones, more particularly. That was kind of my point by that. Is like, honestly, you could get really lucky, like me. Like, I'm pretty lucky, and I've got all the top prestige champs duped besides Omega Sentinel. So my prestige could be quite high. However, Sigstones are what sets free-to-play players back, mostly. I think it's a self-brought-on pressure to keep up, maintain the prestige with rank-up materials champions. Exactly. Talent, the Batman movie was up there. So, to be honest, I didn't care for the new Batman movie. It was kind of boring. Don't get me wrong, the storyline wasn't bad. I just thought it was kind of boring. But appreciate you stopping by, Max. It's kind of funny that I was just mentioning you earlier, shouting your channel out a bit. Told people if they're interested in basically what it looks like to be in one of those alliances. I basically said, if you want to get a glimpse of what it looks like to be in one of those top AQ alliances, just check out Max's channel. So always anytime I reference another YouTuber, gotta give a shout to the channel. So J Doggy, what's going on? Who should I awaken with 5-star class gem? Archangel or Red Mags? Definitely not Red Mags. Red Mags doesn't need awaken to do what he does, and he does perfectly well without one. Archangel, on the other hand, for him to get his ability accuracy reduction, he needs the awakened ability, but for his damage, he definitely doesn't need it. So, to be honest, like I'd be curious to see who you have on your roster, where you're at in game, to even consider using it class gem on, because I would argue, I'd say arguably Professor X needs it just as much as Archangel. So if you have Professor X, he can do a lot of stuff as well. He counters evade, whereas those two champs definitely don't. As well, I mean, Archangel can counter evade with his ability accuracy reduction, but I would say Professor X is better because not only does he counter evade, he counters miss too. But I don't know. So I remember going back 4-ish years, I was not spending or at this level of Alliance and always wanted to. But yeah, it cost a lot, of course. Definitely takes a lot to get there. And even more if you didn't start out, you know, grinding as much in the game and spending from the beginning. If you didn't start out spending to get your account to that kind of level, it definitely requires a lot more to get there now than it did before. Drop link? Sure. Sure. Give me 1 second. All right. $96. There we are. Actually, I don't. Hey, Max, I'm gonna hit you up on Max, I'm gonna hit you up on Discord after stream. I'm not gonna post the link to your channel, but I'm gonna go over why. I would love to, but I'm not gonna go over why because, yeah, I'll talk to you about that after stream. But sorry, I will post your link in the bio probably, or I'll post your link. I'll come back, guys. If you come back to this video here after, he says, "Yep, I know why." Okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Because that's just not something I feel comfortable doing. Because I don't like doing. I would never want to encourage that, if that makes sense. However, if you don't know how to change that, I can help you with that. I don't know if it's something you want to change or you don't want to change, but yeah. Anyway, if that gets changed, I'll come back to this video. I'll drop his link in the bio. So, bro, I was so far behind on the video. Gotta hit that red live button. Max also asks, how many R4 do you currently have? I have 1 R4 from the gem that I got from exploration. I only have roughly 1 catalyst of each, so I'm 2 catalysts away from my second R4. So I'm quite far away from Paragon, quite far away. However, I have all the Carinas challenges pretty much still to do. That's my next goal, is getting those done. So I'm hoping to get those done in the next month and a half. That's a lot of grinding for Volume 1 and Volume 2. But I'm hoping I'll be able to take care of those in the next month and a half. And then once I take care of all the Carinas challenges, my math should be correct. I should have 2 R4s, and then if spring cleaning deals are really good and they give you if they give you like a 3 to 4 gem or enough resources to take up another R4 completely, then I will have my 3rd. I don't think, though, I definitely don't think by the time they release the new pain event, I'll be able to do the objectives right away or at all. So that's one of the biggest downsides I felt like Paragon that was coming with Paragon is just that they were gonna have a limit on who could do the objectives. Guys, do you think it's a crazy decision to rank 4 Falcon over Nick Fury? I wouldn't say it's crazy, but if you have a Nick Fury and he's awakened, I would certainly suggest Nick Fury over Falcon. But I mean, if you really enjoy Falcon and you use him a ton, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I might just hold off. Thanks. I'm pushing Cav. Have a good roster, but got APOC and the ones I said, so I'm away. Yeah, so if you can afford to hold off on the gem, I would. Now, if you find a situation where you're gonna need an Archangel, an awakened Archangel, then put the gem into him. There's nothing wrong with putting the gem into him exactly when you need it, but I wouldn't suggest doing it before you need it, if that makes sense. Because you may end up you may end up getting to a certain other point in the game where you need a counter to a miss counter or a better evade counter, right? So, for example, the Ultron boss in the end of Act 5, you can't use Archangel to counter his evade. You can with APOC, you can with Archangel, or you could with Professor X. So that's kind of my example there. As for Professor X, he definitely benefits from the awakened ability, so definitely an option. Started playing 4 years ago, then took a break, been back for about 2 years. I started playing, yeah, I understand that completely. I've been back for about 2.5. Basically, the beginning of 2020 is when I came back, when COVID started. I originally started my account back in 2015, at the end of 2015. I haven't figured out a way to remove that from my channel. If you can help, I would love to change it. I tried. Yeah, I've just came across how to change it just the other day. So I can help you. If you're gonna be awake here, if you want to chat with me in Discord, we can go over like private chat. You can come into my stream chat, and then you don't have to worry about anybody being there or seeing anything, and I can help you through that. I can just share my screen and direct you on how to do it. I'm gonna wrap up stream here not too long from now, so I don't know if you're gonna be available or not. KP Shang-Chi. I am Path 9 in War. That's why I use Falcon always. Yeah, and he's a great option for it. So that, like I said, like there's nothing wrong with taking up a champ that you want to take up. There's nothing wrong with that, especially if you use them all the time. However, if you're only taking them up because you like them as a character, and you don't use them very much, then I would say, give it a second thought. However, if you use them all the time and you love the character, you're going to find excuses to use them all the time. You're going to use them in Cav Quest because they're one of your favorite champs to use anyway. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Oh, KP is Kingpin. I don't know why I can't. Sometimes I just don't pay attention enough. I don't like him. I just use him always. Well, then I would give it a second thought, to be honest. If you don't like using Falcon, then if he works for you, if you find that rank 3 Falcon does what you need him to do right now, and you foresee him doing what you need him to do, then there's no reason that you need him at rank 4. So if you enjoy Nick Fury more, I would take up Nick Fury. Yeah, I don't know. I use Nick Fury all the time, Panaz. Like, and I don't even use him for Alliance War. I don't use him for Alliance Quest. But whenever I do questing, I'm almost always bringing in Nick Fury. I feel like so. I took my Nick Fury to rank 4. I run Suicides, and I took my Nick Fury to rank 4. I don't know if you run Suicides or not, but I even have a Mole Man, and my Mole Man is way more suicide friendly. But he's unawakened, and I felt like Nick Fury was still the better option. Livewire the cyborg. The cyborg enters the chat. I really wish that I had some kind of like chat entry command where it would play sounds for. Like, I need to set up like soundboard type sound commands for my stream. I think that would be really cool. But welcome, cyborg. Welcome, welcome. By the way, I need to fix this. Let me see. Yes. Gosh dang it. I have it locked. There we go. Let's center that out, make it look pretty. There you go, J-Dog. We got you fixed up there. Robot Uprising. Hey, that's the synergy in game. Not much. We're finishing off here the 6-star featured milestones. Just did a bunch of grinding. Since you're a little late, I ended up going. I did a kind of review of everything. I know it's a little bit redundant. It's pretty much everybody's well informed about the progression levels already. But I kind of I went over it, read it out, and gave my take on the new progression level and basically what it meant at the beginning of the stream. And I had one of my good buddies from my alliance, who's a fellow streamer as well, or well, not streamer, but content creator on YouTube. At least yet, I'm urging him to set up get a streaming setup. But he came on as well and went over everything. Shoot, used 5 stars. Great. So Brian Grant does this thing where people type their Twitters in chat and tweet him pics of their roster. Then he answers their rank up questions about champs. Do you do that? Of course. However, I do not use Twitter to do that. I do have a Twitter. You can find my Twitter there. And I mean, I'll look up Twitter. Like I have Twitter open right now. So if you want to follow me and tweet me, I'll look up your tweets, of course. But honestly, I suggest you guys just don't join my Discord. My Discord link is awesome. The link to my Discord server is in the chat. You guys, there's plenty of open chats there. I'm pretty much always in my lobby at nighttime, after streams and whatnot. So I'm gonna start doing watch parties and stuff for Moon Knight, and I'm hoping to build a good Discord community there too. So if you guys would like, join the Discord, and that's where I prefer to look at rosters and stuff. But either way will work. But yes, I do give rank up advice. It's just more reading. Everything is reading, Chill. You're not gonna get around that. Thanks, Solid, for posting that Discord link. Appreciate it. See you there. I mean, and like I said, you can find me in the lobby, in my lobby chat, after stream usually, and you can chat with me directly about your roster as well after stream, instead of having to type it out or, communicating through text. If you'd rather do that, of course I can do that too. But I can give direct feedback there as well. I can check out rosters. I can check out where you're at in content. If you're having troubles defeating a certain node. All that kind of stuff. That is not too much of an issue for me. I was able to take advantage of level up. This is the only level out of the past 3 level ups. I've only done 1. This past level up, I didn't do the 2 level ups prior to this. So I finally took up a champion, and solid, don't ruin the champion. I'm curious. I know I've probably said it on stream once, or I've said it on stream prior to. Can you guys take a random guess? Who did I rank up? Who did I rank up for AQ today? Do you guys know? I didn't have him ranked up at all, and I just partially give it away. Yes, it's a male character. So let me know, who did I rank up for AQ? Definitely Groot. Groot, you're on the right track. Solid throwing them hints. Darkness would say Shang-Chi. I already have Shang-Chi ranked up. Hopefully Groot, he's a beast. Yeah, so J-Doggy, Chill, you definitely got it right. King Groot is the champ that I took to rank 5 as a 5-star. I rarely ever rank 5 stars anymore. However, I was able to not only rank him up, but take him all the way to Sig 200 for his healing, and that's why I wanted him for AQ, is specifically for his sustainability. And I don't even have a 6-star King Groot right now, so. Aunt Maypool. It'd be fun. That'd be kind of funny to have an Aunt May version of Deadpool. All right. We were able to top off this. Did I already get the... I don't think I claimed the milestone rewards for that. I don't remember claiming the... Oh, no, it's only 12 million that I had milestone for. Okay. All right, guys. Well, that's really going to do it for stream. I did want to show this just real quick, guys. So, just to show you what catalysts I do have. I already have one R4. I got an R4 from the gem from doing 7-4. I have 1 tier 6 basic. I have 1.5 tier 6 basic. And I have almost 1 fully formed. I don't even have 1 yet fully formed tier 3 alpha catalyst. I've done all the math in the game between Karina's challenge, and I'll show you guys what I have left to do. I have a lot of Karina's challenges left to do. So, Karina's challenge volume 2, I still got to do that. So between volume 2, let's see, how many did I've completed only 3 out of 9 for volume 2. I still have 6 to go in volume 2, and I still have 5 to go in volume 1. So a lot of Karina's challenges left to do. But between the Karina's challenges here, this month, guys, if you weren't aware, you need to do the side quests. I wouldn't say you need to, but I would highly suggest doing this month's side quest, because there is a sneaky little 9,000 tier 3 alpha catalyst, and that I actually I need that. I will not be able to get my second rank 4. Like, I could do everything in game. I could do all the content in game, and I wouldn't be able to get my second rank 4 without picking up these 9,000 fragments here. So it's a very key thing for me to be able to get my second rank 4. And hopefully between that and the Karina's challenges, I get my second rank 4, and this weekend, hopefully the deals are good enough for me to get my third. So that's what I'm hoping to get Paragon. But there you go. You're able to see my resources. That's my plan. That's my grind. The next thing I'm doing as far as content will be a Mutant Abyss path. Don't know exactly. I'm thinking I'm going to take a mix between path 5 and then end off on path 3 for the Mutant Challenge. I was originally going to explore the Abyss 100% before going on to the other Karina's challenges. Now with Paragon in my sights, I'm actually going to switch that up. I'm going to go for Paragon and doing the Karina's challenges completely first before I go to do my last Abyss path. So I'm putting Abyss off just a little bit longer, but when I get all the Karina's, when I get Paragon, then I'll go back in and do the last path of Abyss. So that'll be everything in game besides variant content. So stay tuned. Lots of content grinded to come. Lots of curse words going to be said. So appreciate your guys' viewership a lot. Tonight was an absolutely awesome stream. Had a really poppin' chat tonight. Got a couple new subs. I appreciate the new subs, guys. Just as a reminder, I stream every weekday I start between the hours of 11 p.m. and 12 a.m. or midnight at Eastern Standard Time. And I typically stream for a few hours each night, Monday through Friday. Sometimes I'll stream on the weekends, but that's not reliable. I say that right from the get-go, unless I absolutely say 100% I'm streaming on the weekends. Typically, I'll say I might stream, I may not. It really depends on how things are going. So this weekend, I may do the Abyss path, I may not. But Friday night, I will be letting you know as soon as I pick up the deals, and you guys get to see those. So stay tuned. Friday, if you don't make the stream tomorrow night, that's okay. Friday night, you're going to want to be there because I'm going to be doing a live opening, as always, for the Deadpool spring cleaning event. I'm excited to do that for you guys. I wish I could get into the battlegrounds right now, but as you can see, my energy is simply not going to allow that. I need to utilize all my energy to grind up resources, and I can't afford to get into the battlegrounds right now. I may end up testing it out, but we'll see. Maybe next Monday. But it was a pleasure to be here for you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on the new Paragon progression level down in the comments below if you're watching this back. And if you like the discussion that I brought to you guys, please leave a like on the video. It helps get it out to new viewers like you and grow my channel. I'm really trying to get up there so I can get in the content creator beta program and be able to bring you some new fresh ideas on champions that they release, and also doing different types of content and ranking up different kinds of champions. It'll allow me to do a lot more for you guys. So I really appreciate any help you can bring to my channel to help me grow. Much appreciated. Join the Discord. Come chat with me there. That's where I'm going next, as I'll be in my lobby chat.